It's refreshment time, folks.
I have to return some videotapes.
Are either one of these any good?
I don't watch movies.
Do you like scary movies, Sydney?
You have a TV?
No. I just like to read the TV guide. Read the TV guide. Don't need a TV.
Books, records, films, these things matter. Call me shallow. It's the fucking truth.
Over 1,600 titles, each for rent at just $2 the first night, and only...
Finish him.
I don't watch TV.
Yeah, but you are aware that there's an invention called television, and on this invention they show shows, right?
Tonight on 6 Ed World.
Okay, I want channels 18, 24, 63, 109, 87, and the Weather Channel.
Welcome to the Frog Brothers podcast with your hosts, Justin and Alec.
Hello, and welcome to episode 52 of the Frog Brothers podcast. I'm your co-host, Justin. With me is my esteemed colleague, Alec.
Hello.
We also have Nick.
Hello.
And a special guest is Lisa, our mom. What are you giggling about? Say hi.
Hi.
Sound like you went and got high with Alec. But you didn't.
Nope.
Nope, it was all me. It was me all along.
All along?
Wink.
Wink.
It's a WandaVision thing for you. I was high the entire goddamn time.
That's my secret, Cap. Alec's always high.
Exactly.
So, interesting news today. So the Kenner Real Ghostbusters Ecto-1 Bug-Eyed Popper Ghost and the
Fearsome
Flush went up for pre-orders today.
Holy shit!
That's
It was
incredible.
exciting. I had a nice reminder on my phone, so I took my lunch break at a convenient time. And they even had a little countdown timer on Walmart's page with the thing for all the Hasbro stuff dropping today. And guess what? When the timer hit 0, it started going negative numbers. And none of the links worked. For like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes.
I had no problem ordering this at like 5 or 6 o'clock this afternoon when I did.
Yeah, no, it was way smoother
All three of
process
them.
besides it not working on time. Eventually, I started finding the links and got an Ecto and 2 of each of the ghosts, some for the kids and then some for the collection.
For the kids.
I mean, they like it. I showed them the pictures last Thursday night or Friday whenever they announced them, and they, seemed pretty into them. So I was like, all right, cool. We'll get some of those.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool.
Did they release non-Ghostbuster stuff too?
They had a bunch of Star Wars exclusives, and then Hasbro themselves had some other stuff. And Hasbro also announced another PulseCon in April, but no Ghostbusters announcements for that one. So
I didn't even notice, because I was only looking for Ghostbusters. I didn't even notice if there was Power Rangers announced for it, but
Power Rangers is announced for the PulseCon.
We'll see what happens with that.
So hopefully we'll get something dropped in there, but with the waiting period for the movie, we'll see. I don't expect anything too exciting there.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So I got my pre-orders in, but if Walmart does anything like Walmart typically does, I'll be finding these in stores and canceling, or I'll be ordering online and then canceling because they canceled my order, and I'll have to order again.
Fucking A, man.
That's right, David Lynch. Fucking A, man.
Yeah, that's very accurate. I almost didn't pre-order them just because of this, but I was just like, well, I may as well do it in case they randomly just drop numbers of production of this or something, you never know.
Yeah, that was my big concern. It's like, maybe they'll actually do it. Maybe sometime they'll actually ship the pre-orders we ordered. I don't know.
Could be.
Someday. It's 2021, Hal.
So, our mother also informed me today that Ronald Defoe Jr. died, who is the guy that killed the people in the Amityville house that the movie was inspired by.
I did see that.
So that's fascinating.
How old was he?
I don't know. I didn't read that, but fuck that guy. He's dead. Fuck him. Who cares?
Well, no,
how
I
old he
want to
was?
know from the expert here.
I want to say 69.
69, dude! That's pretty sick.
That's crazy.
Going back to the Ecto, do you think it's a little close to be releasing this Ecto to the Plasma one?
No, different market segment. The other one's going to be cheaper too. And actually, this is $10 cheaper than what they announced. It was $39.97.
$30 is what it's now, right?
Yeah, $39.97. And so we already know that everyone's going to either have duplicate stickers printed off for the Ecto 1A, or they could easily release that. I just don't know the feasibility of that.
What they should have done, I think, is just release this with the stickers already included for it. So that, because...
The 1A?
Yeah, because then you would have people buying, too, just to do that, regardless.
Yeah, they could have even done that in the box art. They could have had the front, you know, you got enough sides in the box to have dual art on there, so they easily could have done that, but we'll see. But that's probably what I'll be doing, getting on Etsy, ordering a duplicate set of stickers, and getting the second one.
Yeah, most likely.
Because capitalism and collecting go together like AIDS and grenades or something like that.
Thanks, Dad.
So I think that's all about the news we have, though. Unless you guys got anything else. You buy anything cool this week, or...
I don't think I bought anything this week.
I bought all the Twin Peaks books. I bought 3 books. The first arrived today. I got my back issue of Cinefex with the Back to the Future 2 and 3 guide in it. And then they also shipped me an extra one on accident that is... there it goes. Actually has Nightmare Before Christmas and Last Action Hero in it. So I really don't give a fuck about Nightmare Before Christmas, but Last Action Hero, once I saw that was in there, I was like, well, I guess I'll be hanging on to this one after all.
I think it's funny that neither of us care about that movie. And, you know, because that's like one of Tim Burton's most popular movies, and then some of his other animation is what people really like. I never considered myself a huge Tim Burton fan.
Well, the thing is, that's not even really a Tim Burton movie. He just oversaw the production of it. He didn't actually direct it. He was not on set shooting that movie on a daily basis.
Yeah.
So that's a misconception. Everyone's like, oh, that's a Tim Burton movie. You're like, no, Batman's a Tim Burton movie.
Right. That's the thing, is I have 2 Tim Burton film tattoos. I have a Beetlejuice and a Batman Returns tattoo.
What movie are you talking about?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's what I thought you said. Did they have a set? Oh, because of the puppets? I don't know.
What the hell are you talking
stop
about?
motion animation. Where the fuck do you think they filmed those? In your GI track? This ain't the fucking Magic School Bus.
So what did he do? He just oversaw it?
Yeah, he was just kind of like a producer. I don't even think he's not
He was
even
like
the
a
director.
cuck on the film set.
He's not even listed as the director. It just says from, all the posters and shit said from that. And because Danny Elfman scored it and did the singing voice for Jack Skellington, everyone just assumed that it was all his shit.
He approved the artwork and like the designs and stuff. So it does have like his essence, I guess.
This is what you're learning for, intern Nick. A producer does lots of things. They help finance, they help keep you on track for production, they help make sure things are done. But we don't have time to educate you right now.
You want to hurt me? Go right ahead if it makes you feel any better.
You're an easy target.
Rude. Well, I guess we'll move on. Our first topic of discussion today is a movie.
Holy shit. We watch movies?
Yeah, sometimes.
I've been with Del Griffith.
I can take anything.
Another man's garbage, another man's treasure. Watch out, licks the faces, butthole, give himself pleasure. Another man's asshole.
Another man's asshole.
I think we should re-record that with some new lyrics.
We should. It'll be my OnlyFans theme.
Yeah, exactly. We won't use it on this show. We'll use it on that show. Which, that's a one-man show.
Sometimes it's a 3-man show. 4 men, 5 men. How does that go? There's something about that. There's a song there somewhere. Maybe I'll write it.
There's a song in there about that somewhere. Yes, there is.
So what are we talking today? It's a movie from 1993.
Hide. Have you ever fucked a leprechaun? My friend Josh used to say that all the time. I don't know why. That was back in like the 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, how does the Dave Chappelle quote go? About leprechauns on acid. What does he say? Like, pots of gold, rainbows, stars. That leprechaun's on acid. That's when he's doing Black Gallagher.
Oh, yeah.
That shit rules.
Classic. So the Irish celebrate their International Drinking Week, or day, this week. I mean, really, they drink all week.
And we belittle it by watching 2 of the worst films ever made. With leprechauns, the most stereotypical Irish shit ever. So, welcome.
I got red beard. People might mistake me for partially Irish or something. I have no fucking idea.
True.
Purebred mud over here.
Conan O'Brien is
comes
purebred.
from your father's side.
He took one of those chests and found out he was like literally
99%.
Yeah, something like pretty much. He is a potato.
He prefers to be called a potato.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never heard anyone say that when they're like, tomato, tomato. And I'm like, I never heard anyone say the latter of either of those, which is fucking bullshit.
That's a hot take. Hot takes today on the Frog Brothers podcast. I never heard someone say potato. It's bullshit.
Stupid.
It's stupid bullshit. I've never heard someone say tomato either. But you know what really bothers me is when people say caramel. Fuck you.
How do you say it? Caramel?
Yes.
Or caramel?
Caramel.
Caramel? You like it as one word, caramel? I like caramel drips
Caramel.
on my things.
If you say caramel, you sound like a fucking loser.
Caramel is how they say it in the South.
Yeah, and I hate the
They
South.
think I'm weird because I say caramel.
Well, they also think they won the Civil War in the South. So, I mean, they got that going for them, which is pretty nice.
Yeah. One time a kid in class asked me what a mango was because I had mango tea, and he did not know that mango was a real thing, and he thought I was stupid because he thought I was making something up.
A kid in the South when he went to school down there is what he's saying.
Yeah.
The drink you had, he thought you were making that up?
He thought that mangoes weren't real. He was like, what are you drinking? I was like, it's mango tea. And he's like, what's a mango? And then I proceeded to explain that it was a fruit.
You sure
he
was got a purty mouth? Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
He explained that to you. Is that his way of coming on to you? He says, that ain't where the man go. The man goes right here. Showed you his butthole.
I don't know where you're going with this. I'm kind of waiting for the punchline here.
There's no punchline there. The man go. Where's the man go? Mango? That's what he thought.
I guess so.
He's used to his uncle. He's used to his uncle coming over, and he calls him Uncle Mango.
That's fucked up.
It's probably real.
So Leprechaun 1.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Starring Jennifer Aniston.
You sucked that guy's dick?
Jennifer Aniston.
I'd suck her dick.
You wouldn't suck that guy's dick?
Jennifer Aniston?
You wouldn't want a chick with an oversized clit? No, because the next thing up is an undersized dick.
Oh, man. So we haven't at all talked about this movie, which has a 21% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's directed by Mark Jones, who this is the second film of his that we're talking about. The first one we talked about in, I believe, September or August maybe, was Rumpelstiltskin.
You know who needs to make a take of this movie, though? Disney needs to do this in the DuckTales world and have Scrooge McDuck be the leprechaun, because they both have a gold fetish, and they both like to sit around and count their money, and they're both evil bastards.
Interesting.
And even Scrooge McDuck does have that kind of accent.
Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah.
So there's many parallels there. So Disney, why don't you whip that up for us? I want to see Scrooge McDuck killing people dressed as a leprechaun from the movie.
So this movie stars Jennifer Aniston and Kevin Bacon's stunt double from Tremors. At least that's what...
Really? That's what I was thinking the whole time. He looks like Kevin Bacon.
That's what I've come to know him
He looks like
as.
muscular Kevin Bacon.
Yeah, he's more like...
He looks like his stunt double from Tremors specifically.
He's more like Canadian Bacon. Like close enough it's a value, but some people don't know the difference. Americans won't know the difference.
And also, what's his face from Pee-wee's Big Adventure? Which, I like him in this and in that. He's kind of obnoxious, but it works, so... He's very entertaining in this movie.
What was his name on Pee-wee?
I can't... what is he... Because... Francis? Is
that that's it. He thinks he stole the bike.
Francis.
All that shit. That shit rules. All that shit. I'm going to say shitty shit.
Let's not forget the leprechaun himself.
Yeah, Warwick Davis.
Yeah, he's amazing in this. He's probably one of the highlights.
He is the highlight, clearly, of all of these movies, I'm sure.
This movie starts out like it's like the fourth sequel. Except for the first half. Once it gets going, like the beginning of this movie, like you have the leprechaun counting his gold hanging out all Scrooge McDuck style, and then it gets to modern times and it's a bunch of bullshit.
At least this movie didn't take itself too seriously right off the bat or anything. Like,
Yeah.
there's like Looney Tunes style gags in the first movie, like where he jumps through the fence and it leaves a leprechaun shaped hole.
There's a little go-kart that he knocks the truck over with.
Well, there's supposed rumors that when they were making this film that was originally intended to be a children's film, and they went back and shot a lot of the murder scenes and added them later because that wasn't originally part of the story.
Yeah.
So it would have just been a terrifying children's movie. You're like, hey, look at this scary little looking monster. It's kind of like Ernest Scared Stupid. Same kind of like creepy, but I guess it's like family friendly just by the looks of it because his makeup's not that bad.
There's scenes with Francis and the little kid, and it's playing like that really nice family friendly music.
Yeah.
He's like a bumbling idiot and a child. So yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, and that's why there's no like crazy over the top deaths. Like none of the main characters die in this movie. Even her dad, Jennifer Aniston's dad, just gets maimed by him, gets his hand bitten off like he's a lion or something when he sticks it in that log.
Yeah, but how about were you reminded of any? Have you watched the Child's Play movies a lot? So like you remember in the second one when the parent, what do they call that? Her Andy's fucking guardian parents or whatever they are at the time.
Second one,
foster parents. That's what they are.
I only ever remember the parts in the toy factory.
Well, in the second one, the step, I call them a step now. His foster parent, dad falls down the stairs and breaks his neck. And
Very
that's how
similar parallels.
Child's Play killed. Like that's how Chucky kills him. I can't fucking talk now.
Like they're hello words, communications.
But there's a similar death in this. Is all they just remind me. Like even the staircase looks the same. Where the character falls down the stairs and breaks her neck from a small little crazy creature.
Oh yeah, the wife in the beginning.
Yeah. Old Mr. O'Grady.
Yeah, which is funny. He was just like, she should have watched her step.
My favorite thing about this is like he just locks him in a wood crate and just sets a 4-leaf clover on top and it goes away and you're like,
yeah,
so that would decompose over time.
So what happened in those 10 years? They came and cleared out the dead bodies and just let the house sit.
Well, no, the old dude like got cleared out and
he
put in
didn't
the
die.
house. He needed assistance after his stroke.
Oh yeah, he didn't die. That's right.
Yeah, he was put into the home or whatever. So
and the old lady fell down the stairs, so they probably didn't even charge him with that. And they just be like, "Look, she fell down the stairs."
Yeah,
sounds like a domestic violence joke. Like you don't want to tell your friends you fell down the stairs again, do you?
Oh God, I got one for that one. Where's it at?
You got a spousal abuse
you
button?
do see how this might make us look bad.
As her mother laughed at that joke.
Right. Oh man.
Yeah. See where we get our sense of humor now?
Oh yeah, at one point, do you recall hearing what sounds almost exactly like Dana Barrett's theme?
Oh yes, just briefly in there.
Like it was like, just like 5 seconds of it. It sounds like Dana Barrett's theme in the movie. I don't remember where it is now, but I wrote that down. And then I had to like try to remember what the hell I meant when by Dana Barrett's theme. I was like, why the fuck is that written here?
My favorite part is when they find a tarantula in the basement in the middle of North Dakota. And like, those may be native to there, but not to my knowledge. That's a large spider, and I would think that'd be in more tropical climate to get that big. But I'm not a scientist.
Thanks, Dad.
You're welcome, son.
Welcome. That information was quite good.
And then there's the fat shaming. When he goes, "Hey, Tubby, got a light for the old leprechaun's pipe?"
Oh, God. Yeah, he wasn't rhyming all in the first one, was he?
I think he did a little bit.
Like here and there?
I think he did one of those try as you might, try as, or whatever. But
yeah, I think he did like once
I think he
or
did
twice,
that when he's trying to
like,
do the curse, but he didn't talk and rhyme.
He did a lot in the second one, yeah.
In the second one, it was like fucking Dr. Seuss.
Yeah. And then you basically got a little person riding a bicycle, or a tricycle rather, chasing people, which, I mean, I've seen like haunted houses do that. It's a very stereotypical trope for like trying to make a little person look menacing, and I mean, it's kind of unsettling, but just play it out. I don't think it's really that unique of an idea.
I like the creature effects and makeup and prosthetics and everything, though. Those look really good, I
yeah,
think,
the
in both
Leprechaun
movies.
looks really good.
So that's the best part for sure. I mean, it's cheesy as hell when like Jennifer Aniston and this asshole are trying to paint this house. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I keep getting the blue spots of paint all over him. Just random spot.
Yeah, and they left.
For
They did a
God's
good
sake.
job of leaving some of those paint splotches all over them randomly, but
Someone die for the love of God already. This is boring. That's how it is half that movie. But
I mean, I guess one of the main people that you think could be a main character that gets killed is that sheriff when he goes down and kills him off.
Yeah.
Oh, and then he bites the shop owner and taunts him after he bites him, which is hilarious.
Oh yeah, that's fucked up.
That was one of the funnier scenes. Like, this movie has like Gremlins vibes at certain times when he's just torturing people and biting them. And to me that's funny because it's like, what is he? Is he a leprechaun or is he a fucking rabid dog or is he a gremlin? What is he?
I would still like to see a Chucky versus Leprechaun movie.
That would be good.
The Leprechaun versus Chucky. You could
They're
call
both
it, I guess.
magical, so that'd be great.
It'd be funny, and they're relatively. They're both comedic. They're both small, so obviously has that going.
Then they make note that Jennifer Aniston's character is a vegetarian when they're eating at the restaurant, and the guy calls her out. He's like, "Yeah, but you got leather shoes."
What he should have said was, "Well, I'm a vegetarian."
Yeah, typical.
Vegetarian.
Wah, wah, wah.
And I'm hungry.
Then there's that bear trap that everyone falls in outside in the yard.
Oh yeah.
The
Too bad
painter.
nobody gets their cock snacked in it.
Snacked?
Yeah, I meant to say snapped or like racked, but it said snacked.
Snacked in it? Yeah, like what does
It-
that
you
mean?
could- it means somebody's gonna make a snack out of it once your cock is snapped off by the bear trap.
Okay.
Perhaps throw it in a hot dog bun, and the bear will eat it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it throwing a hot dog down a hallway, but I didn't know where you're going with it.
No. You can always super glue it to their forehead and make them a unicorn.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Don't know why you would, but it's possible.
The other funny thing they did in this is they burned the leprechaun's nose with a car lighter.
Yeah, that's one I always remembered as a kid.
Yeah.
For some
and
reason.
Most people, like, you can't even, those don't even, I can't even talk.
That
Those don't even come with cars anymore. I think that's like a add-on feature you have to buy is the lighter.
And that thing got like 100% hot in like 1 second too.
Yeah.
Takes way longer.
I, as a kid one time, burned the shit out of my thumb on one of those.
Me too.
I didn't know what it was.
Probably because I saw a Leprechaun and
I didn't know what it was at all.
So that shit does make kids do stuff.
I pushed
I
it
saw it
in
on Leprechaun.
because
I played
you
with
could
it
push
and
it
burned
in.
myself.
See, I never, well,
Didn't know it, burned it, and it left like a moon shape on there because I only have my thumb on there.
I
It
watched
was
my
really
dad use
gross.
that to light cigarettes when I was little, so I knew that they were hot. But
Yeah.
he'd quit smoking by the time you were around little.
Yeah.
I think I had to burn my hand on the stove or on a hot glue gun to learn that hot shit burns. I recall having done both, maybe.
So the budget was 900,000 to 1 million, and it shows.
What a fucking waste.
It made 8.6 million,
Worth it, I guess.
so it definitely made a profit.
Oh, they also have that hand gag through the phone, which is pretty funny. It's like very
that
Nightmare on
little
Elm Street.
tiny fucking little weird hand.
Oh yeah, because I was saying how it'd be funnier if it was a penis, but
Yes.
Well, of
this
course
is why
it would have been.
This is why I didn't direct the Leprechaun. They didn't like the direction that I wanted to go with the film, so
They might let you make one.
I was off the project.
They might allow you on one of those.
Right?
I can't wait till next year though, because I haven't seen any of them after 3. I think I've never seen Space or
Those are gonna get. We're gonna cover.
or Hood.
We could cover in space soon.
It'll be next year. Eh? I thought we were gonna do these every same pay.
We could, but man,
Well, we can still watch them in the meanwhile, just
yeah,
to get familiar.
we're
Oh,
still
yeah.
gonna have to watch them for sure.
Because now that I've seen those two, I was like, man, I really need to watch all these since they're free.
They're all on Peacock.
Like Leprechaun in Space, gotta be fucking hilarious, right? It's gotta be. So
Oh, all the cheesy ass sped up moments where he's in the wheelchair chasing around the old home.
oh
for
god, the
Mr.
sped up
O'Grady.
footage is ridiculous.
Oh, yeah, it's so stupid, but it's amazing.
Yeah, no.
And like he's just laughing.
Oh man. I don't have any other notes. What else you got?
No, I thought his death was quite epic because it was like it looked like the
Yeah, it
gremlins melting, but it also looked
Oh
like
yeah, that's what I thought.
It looked
but
really
also,
good.
But it also looked like the trolls melting in Ernest Scared Stupid. So it's like clearly like that physical effects that just looks amazing on film. No matter like how bad the movie is, it's still fun to see that stupid shit.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Lucky Charms is what they call them.
Yeah.
And then
That
they have
was-
the Lucky Charms cereal that he tries to eat too.
Which I thought was hilarious right after the week we did top 5 cereals.
Yeah, but he eats like the Lucky Charms and like sees the leprechaun
And
in
he
the
spits
box.
it out 'cause it tastes
Yeah,
like
he
shit
spits
to
it out
him.
and he's pissed about it and just fucking throws the box. So I like how he's ransacking the kitchen like he's also a rat.
Yeah. He's like, well, I haven't fucking eaten. I've been trapped in this box.
Oh, and he steals that dead cop's eye and puts it in his own
Yeah.
head.
Oh,
Like-
that rules.
I was like, yeah.
I like that. It's kind of funny and just ridiculous.
Yeah, it's silly shit. It's so over the top and crazy. And then obviously Jennifer Aniston's nothing to write home about in this movie besides. You're like, okay, she's still Jennifer Aniston.
Besides what?
I think Justin kept saying, God damn, when
Yeah.
she's on screen. 'Cause
They're showing a lot
She just looks good in that movie.
Yeah, when
just
she was-
because she's young and
when she was painting
fit,
and
you know?
yeah.
Like,
Well,
she still is now.
yeah.
That's what I was going to say. She looks... You can tell she's aged, but it's not. It's like she still looks like maybe 10 years older than all from Leprechaun. It's ridiculous. So, good on her. She's also pretty fucking hilarious, too. Like, she rules in Office Space. I'm not really a one for Friends, so...
Yeah, I never
you know.
got into Friends, never really cared for it. I know
I give her
some people
credit
live by
for
that.
doing that or whatever, but, it's just not my thing.
I don't live and die by like generic comedy series, and no offense if you do, but I've always lived on a darker edge of life. I prefer darker humor.
Yeah.
And you can't really just have that be widespread for everybody.
True.
All right, so what's next?
Next up.
Top 5, 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 top 5.
This is top 5.
This is top 5. This is top 5.
Top 5 mythological creatures.
I'll get you, Gadget.
Or mythical. We're not sure the difference.
I mean...
Mathematical creatures?
Yes, mathematical creatures.
Well, wasn't that hilarious?
No, it wasn't
Said no
funny
one
even
ever.
accidentally.
It was Pie Day yesterday.
It was Pie Day? Hair pie! What is that?
It's like salad.
16 candles?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was
You can laugh all you
wasn't it?
want.
You dying
You don't
over
have
there?
to hide your laughs over there. So, top 5 mythical creatures. Number 5. Mom, what's your number 5?
I don't have them in order.
Yeah, I never
Put 'em in
really-
order right
I never
now.
really order them either.
Why not?
It's just random because I can't decide
Santa
like
Claus.
which ones I.
Santa Claus? Why Santa Claus?
He's just in the top 5.
Because he's fat and jolly.
All right. Nick, what's your number 5?
A siren.
A siren, a singing siren?
Those little women things that
You would most certainly
seduce.
be lured in and killed.
Yeah, he would be fucking killed
Easily.
so fast.
Well, they
I'm not
seduce
saying that I wouldn't,
sailors
but
and-
No, he'd be fucking dead long before anyone else would.
Be like, stop singing. Oh, fuck you. Come on. Don't sing. It's awkward.
Let's use that. Put that mouth to better use, baby. That's pretty fucked up, isn't it? But she's a siren, so she's trying to kill me. So
Yeah, it's
It's
fine.
it's fair game.
They're empowering the women.
Ask her to blow me before killing me.
Ask you a few questions.
Exactly.
What's your number 5, Alec?
My number 5 is a tulpa.
What's that?
Twin Peaks.
It's from Twin Peaks, but it's also from Tibetan mythology.
Is it in the first 2 episodes?
No.
Then why are you mentioning it? Spoiler alert.
It's his
It's
top
not a
5, you
spoiler.
dingus.
I don't have to talk about it too much, other than that it is a being or something else that is manifested through someone else's thoughts, basically. Yeah,
Ruined the whole show.
pretty much. Snape killed Dumbledore.
I knew that.
Mm-hmm. Einhorn is a man.
No. Einhorn is a woman.
man.
What's your number 5?
My number 5 are mermaids, but mostly the man-eating killer kind.
Would you rather be married to a real traditional mermaid or the reverse with the lady bottom and fish top? Which one are you going with?
Probably the lady top.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because then the
Unlimited blowjobs.
But the lady bottom appears.
Talk about some fish smelling pussy too on that, right?
I was just more or less
mermaid
thinking,
pussy?
like you'd actually be able to have a conversation with that individual.
But doesn't the lady bottom
And be able to
appear
look
You'll
at
when
it.
never
they
eat
get
tuna
dry?
again.
I don't eat tuna now anyway, so.
It tastes like
True.
tuna.
Nick does. Nick likes it with extra mayo.
Mom, what's your number 4?
What
She's
if one
zoning
on
out.
my list was one somebody said?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
Probably.
She says Tulpa.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
A werewolf.
Good one.
That's pretty badass.
Mm-hmm. I wrote that down on my big list, but not on my top 5.
Yeah.
My brainstorm list, you know. What's your number 4, Nick?
I put Medusa, which I guess is more of a...
That counts.
Of a Greek
But that's
thing. But yeah.
Greek mythology.
Right.
Well, I guess a lot of mine on my list are.
Christian mythology
she's
is
got
included in this too.
She's got the snake hair and then turns them into stone.
Mm-hmm.
They look at her.
So I'll just let you know that my number 4 is also Medusa, actually.
Oh, very nice.
Genuinely. She fine.
Fine?
Mm-hmm.
Is she?
She makes Alec rock hard.
She's like a goth goddess.
She'd make all of them rock hard.
Mm-hmm. She'd turn it stone and never have to deal with fleshy parts again.
Never have to worry about too many rounds. Our mom's literally just ignoring us between her time to talk. My number 4 is the Kraken. Another sea creature, but a giant
funny.
squid.
I didn't see that listed on any of these lists I were looking
A giant
through.
squid that would fucking murder shit and fuck things up. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Pirate movies. Hell yeah. Those are pretty badass.
Nice. Lisa.
Trolls.
What kind of trolls, though? Like the cutesy little lawn gnome type little fuckers, or
the internet
evil
trolls?
little ones?
The under the bridge and
The under the bridge. Who's that tripping over my bridge?
Oh yeah.
What was that real Ghostbusters episode that just released on YouTube? Was about trolls.
Yeah, that's a good.
So they lived
episode.
under a bridge, or they lived. Where was the other one?
Yeah, they live under the bridge, and the one escapes, and he wears a trench coat.
No, it
around
says
and shit.
they live under bridges or somewhere else, and I can't remember what the other one was.
Buttholes.
Yeah, could be.
Probably.
And there's plenty on the internet these days.
Nick.
Yes, and they live on the internet. Yeah.
Your number 3.
I put a phoenix. The little bird that bursts into flames and is reborn from the ashes.
Oh, you're a Harry Potter fan?
No.
I know. There's
That's an
way
X-Men
more to.
fan.
Ooh. You like Jean Grey? Jean Grey. Jean Grey's the Jean Grey. Jean Grey. Great White Buffalo. Great White Buffalo. Great White Buffalo. Great White Buffalo.
Hot Tub Time Machine, anyone?
Hell yeah, I love that fucking movie. The first one's great. The
some
second
kind
one
of
is hot flaming garbage.
Hot tub time machine.
Alec, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is someone who I imagine slangs a monster dick around Bigfoot.
Swang that vein, he sang.
Yeah.
Because he's got big feet.
Exactly. Someone in, what's the line in Anchorman when he puts that Sex Panther on? One of the women says, "Oh, it smells like Bigfoot's dick." Yeah. No, Bigfoot. Sasquatch, motherfucker. Harry and the Hendersons. But also, just a big ape thing in the woods fucking people up. It's pretty cool.
I mean, people usually just see him. I mean, are there reports of him beating people?
Well, in horror movies and stuff like that, there's pretty cool
Horror,
scenarios.
yeah, horror
And
movies.
actually, some people do think, well, you know, the Abominable Snowman is arguably the Sasquatch in the snow.
Yes.
And there is like even a teacher at Crass, where I went to audio engineering school, told us a story about how he's convinced that these like Russian hikers in the 50s were all murdered by Bigfoot or something, and was like showing us all this evidence and stuff, and it was hilarious, and it was fascinating, but hilarious.
Yeah, that sounds fucking wild.
What's your number 3?
Chupacabras. They're like fucking
The El Chupacabra.
You know, they're like a werewolf dog looking thing.
Pretty much.
And they're pretty badass. I mean, so.
Yeah.
I mean, they look awesome.
There's
I'd like to have one as a house pet.
The Workaholics episode called El Chupacabrage. And they find a dead dog's rotting corpse in the bottom of their pool, and he's convinced that it's a dead chupacabra.
That's fucked up. All right, Mom, what's your number 2?
Number 2.
Oh, dragon.
Any kind of dragons?
The magic
Puff.
dragon.
Puff the Magic
Just
Dragon?
Puff, mostly.
The animated guy? When did that come out?
They breathe fire.
Are you a pothead, Lisa?
In the 60s.
How old were you? You were in high school in the 60s?
No.
What? No.
The 70s.
No,
Thank
Jack.
you.
No.
Oh, okay.
Stop
I
making
pass
me
on
older.
grass all the time. I mean, not all the time.
Yeah, so you started smoking pot at a young age. That's fine. So did he.
I wasn't that young.
I know. I'm fucking kidding. Calm your
I
tits.
was like 17 the first time I smoked weed, so that's
Late bloomer.
pretty much for most people. What,
Nick, what's your number 2?
Chimera. The lion, goat, snake thing.
that's pretty fucked up.
That's
Not
pretty
gonna lie.
cool. Why? What's your fascination there?
I like the name.
You like the name? Well,
Like I said, I don't know a lot about these
All right, well,
mythical creatures.
my number 2 is vampires.
I almost put that, and I was like,
They're fucking dope as hell, and we're the goddamn Frog Brothers motherfucking podcast. Vampires, number 2.
Number 2.
What? You know vampires. I don't have to explain this shit to you. What's your number 2?
What's a vampire?
Santa Claus. Because I love how the
Santa Claus don't visit the funeral home, little buddy.
I love how the Coca-Cola Corporation has basically created a great image of Santa Claus here in the United States, much to profits.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got away from that, and then they made the cute little bears, but they still do all their little Santa Claus advertisements
The
and
bears.
paintings.
I like the bears.
Yeah.
The bears.
But yeah, just mostly because of that. He's made up, and if you're a smart parent out there, you take credit for the cool shit. Let Santa Claus give him something that's a little less cool, because
That's right.
who the fuck doesn't want to take credit for being awesome? Like some magical man that is going to touch your butthole gave you this.
There's an overweight gentleman in his 70s who's going to break into our house tonight, leave you toys, and eat some of our food. And, you know...
We're not going to call the cops on him.
Yeah. Who knows what he's going to do to your mother?
I'm still wondering why you're going to touch his butthole.
Santa Claus is going to touch your butthole.
Oh,
That was more along
why?
the lines of a Catholic joke and the Catholic priest touching people's buttholes. So
Oh.
Santa Claus is an extension of Christianity, and Santa Claus
Claus
is a rapist.
is coming.
In your butt.
Oh, God.
Always got to call that shit
What's
out.
your number 1, Mom?
A fairy.
What kind of fairy?
A little kind with wings.
Like
Tinkerbell?
Like
Yeah, I guess she's little and has wings.
like Robin Williams in Birdcage?
Yeah, that kind of...
No.
That'd be my number. I'd like those better than fairies. What's your number 1, Nick?
Cerberus.
All right, fuck off and move along with that one. What does that? Explain it.
The 3-headed dog from hell.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
Like
also in the Scoob
guards.
movie as the final villain.
No, I haven't watched that yet.
It's good.
They go to hell?
No, they go to a dog dimension where Scooby's got to stop that guy.
I thought they went to hell. Like, it's a little dark.
Well, that's fucked up. My number 1 is someone we've all come to learn and love. Oh, could it be Satan? Little church lady for you.
Satan, you say?
Yes, Satan.
That's funny because Satan and Santa are spelled almost identically.
Yeah. Anagram. Analgram.
Anagram.
Yeah, no. Hail
Anagram.
Satan, get money, motherfuckers.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Satan's hilarious. And
Satan's actually the good guy in that story, really, because he
I mean,
doesn't really
yeah.
do anything bad.
No.
He kills like 4 people.
Yeah, he
God
doesn't
killed
cause
like 4 billion.
He doesn't get all of his friends on a boat and then cause genocide to every other species on the planet.
No. He doesn't
Two of
rape
your
a
kind
virgin
can
married
survive.
woman.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
so they
he
can
does
be
all
more
this weird
inbred. So they can be Arkansas purebred.
shit. So, what's your number 1? Mine's Satan.
The fucking Loch Ness Monster.
Ah, Nessie.
Yep.
Oh, Nessie.
What?
Unicorn. I gotta have a unicorn.
You
That's
just
your
said
number
fairy.
0?
Yeah, this is your extra. This is your bonus.
Yes.
Number
Honorable
6.
mentions round.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose now's
Okay.
as good a time as any to move along.
We now return to the real Ghostbusters.
Diane, 11:30 a.m., February 24th. Entering the town of Twin Peaks.
Pretty good. Bill Murray's the funniest man on the planet.
Are we going to do all these shows?
Episode by episode.
You want to get us some cherry pie, Nick?
Oh, yeah. Are you going to play the song?
Would you like some cherry pie, Willie?
You like cherry pie?
I used to have all 4 of those puppets. I only have 1 now. I lost 3 of them in a flood. But,
Stay still, Alec.
it's easier to just let them finish.
You want to come see Willie?
Here he is. Hey, Willie, why don't you put my Willie in your mouth? It's a little hairy, but...
It's not little. I mean, it's hairy.
Yeah.
It's not little. Up your butt and around the corner.
So we're talking Twin Peaks. The second episode, Traces of Nowhere, today.
Traces of Nowhere.
What really went on between the Kennedys? And who pulled the trigger on JFK?
I have a confession to make. I was the second coming on the grassy knoll.
That's just that's how Cooper opens up one of his dialogues in the morning after he's pulling a Michael Keaton Batman and hanging upside down. He's not sleeping though, because that would be fucking ridiculous. He's just hanging there, I guess, for back help and shit.
Yeah, probably decompressing his back since he does a lot of driving, a lot of sitting on his ass.
This has some of the best quotes of the whole show in it. And that's kind of how I'm going to lead through my notes.
Room 315.
What's that restaurant you always like to go to out on...
With all the silly knickknacks on the wall?
You mean shenanigans? Oh! I'm going to pistol whip the next son of a bitch that says shenanigans. Yeah, that shit rules. We've covered that, haven't we?
I don't think so. Or did we? I don't fucking remember.
I think we did. I don't know if Justin's eating this, but...
there's eggs in there, so... Yeah, there's egg jizz on the top of that.
So scrape the top off.
All right, you can set it there for visual effect.
Scrape the top off. You'll be fine.
Why don't you guys, if you're ever making a road trip through Kansas City, stop off at My Ass. They got a cherry pie that'll kill you.
Stop off at Walmart.
They've got a cherry pie there that'll kill you.
This is actually Price Chopper.
Oh, is it?
This
this might be better than the sugar-free cherry pie I've had.
Tastes pretty good to me.
It's Tippin's Pies.
Or no added cherry pie.
You remember Tippin's, the restaurant chain from the Midwest?
Don't stop for the cherry pie. Stop for the French soap.
Oh, yeah, this is a lot better than that.
Yeah,
no
problem with this.
Sugar-added cherry pie I had.
Yeah, there's still naturally occurring sugars in there.
The one at Walmart, no sugar added, sucks.
If you buy a fucking pie at Walmart, you deserve what you get.
Yeah.
I'm just going to tell you that right now.
But I've had it before.
Well, I can't help you for that. So room 315, we already covered Dale's morning thoughts. He gets
Wait
coffee.
a minute.
What?
This is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee.
Exactly.
This episode's called Traces to Nowhere.
Hey, thanks for letting us know that.
I was in the other room.
I already announced that.
Oh.
But actually, that's good that you have the episode titles, because I believe we told you to do that, so thank you for
I
that.
got my episode notes right here. Or my podcast episode.
Damn fine cup of coffee.
You want 2 more pieces?
Grapefruit, freshly squeezed.
You want 2 more pieces because you have the metabolism
Yeah, but
of a bumblebee?
When he says freshly squeezed, he's looking at Audrey's tits.
Yes, exactly, and there's sexual tension
And he's
there.
thinking of what we're all thinking, freshly squeezed. I want to introduce myself to those bad boys. Call them her and her.
And our mom is still ignoring you.
That's fine. That was actually a joke stolen from How I Met Your Mother anyway. I was trying to see if anybody would get that, but...
No.
There you go.
You haven't seen this show yet.
How I Met Your Mother?
No.
I haven't seen Twin Peaks. I'm watching How I Met Your Mother now every night when I go to bed.
There you go.
You're not following along watching Twin Peaks with us?
Twin Peaks mukbang. That's what you got here. Except the camera's really far back and it's not terrible.
You can watch it on Netflix or Paramount Plus.
There you go.
Are we going to eat something every episode now?
I think people would fucking hate us.
Yes, no.
Because I'm an asshole when I eat, because I just like hearing it in the microphone and seeing everybody else look at me like, what the fuck are you doing?
Look at that goddamn heathen.
Mm-hmm.
So they have that sexual tension at breakfast. Then they go into the sheriff's office, and you see an insane amount of donuts.
Yeah.
And the sheriff is literally stuffing his fucking face because Dale comes in and starts going off about work, and the sheriff looks like he's just trying to wake up.
He's like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day.
Sheriff Truman, I love it when he's eating the donut and he's just listening to him. He's like, Jesus Christ, this guy's really fucking good. He's just like trying to, you can tell he's stuffed like a whole goddamn donut in his mouth. I like how he refers to, in the previous scene when he's getting his breakfast, though, he refers to the bacon the way he wants it as cremated. Says, I want the bacon burnt. Cremated. It's just funny. I find it amusing. I find it amusing, you see. And here's more pie into my gullet.
We need someone to do extreme close-ups for that shit.
That'd be so nasty.
Just get it right up in his mouth.
Wouldn't be the first thing in there today.
What else?
Still
might
listening
have
to
you
the
had in your
podcast?
mouth? Yeah.
This is where they interview James, though.
Yep.
And James is all really quiet. I don't know. I'm so worried. My forehead has its own zip code.
My forehead looks like an aircraft carrier. We could fit a lot of F-14 fighters.
Any of you boys seen a forehead around here?
Yeah.
Oh, man. And then he's talking about one of the last times he saw Laura, when she gave him the half of the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he's not talking about it. He's thinking about it because they asked him, and he's lying to them, saying he doesn't know. I don't know who has the half of the heart, and it clearly shows her giving it to him.
Yeah, and then they're reading through her diary, and they ask him questions.
Well, it flashes back and shows him with her getting it. And what he says to her, she's like,
Do you know why I'm so happy today, James?
That's my creepy impression of... Her voice just sounds weird. It's extremely soap operatic in that scene. He says, because your skin is so soft and you smell so good. It's just like, what the fuck, James?
Yeah, get out of her
Some
goddamn
weird
laundry
shit.
basket, you
That's
fucking
like
pervert.
Star Wars Episode 2.
It's rough and coarse, and it gets everywhere.
It's only because I'm so in love, or whatever the fuck they say.
Mm-hmm. No, it's because I'm so in love with you. Yeah, that's what it is.
George Lucas is watching this as he's writing the script. Oh, that's good.
And then Leo is all being a dick to Shelley.
Oh, yeah.
And he has her like... She finds the bloody shirt. He
Yeah,
hands it to her without realizing that it's the bloody shirt.
Hey, let's talk about his domestic abuse before that, though. Even just the psychological terror and that terrorizing asshole he is, because...
Yeah. He doesn't get physical until the end of the episode.
She's getting ready to go to work, and he's like, is the laundry done? She goes, yeah. And then he pulls a bag of laundry out of his truck and fucking shams it in her arm. He's like, no, it's not. She's like, I'll do it when I get home. He's like, no, you'll do it now. So she goes and does the laundry, and then him being the dumbass he is, doesn't realize that he put that shirt in the bag, even though he's the dumbass that thought he had it in a different compartment. He should know better.
Yeah. And then he's like, have you seen any of my ponytail holders? They're all missing, Shelley. Not really, but he has a fucking ponytail, and I just want to, like, he has a real pretty mouth, too. You just want to grab him by the ponytail and be like, hey, Leo, you're an asshole.
Yeah. He looks like he wants a part-time gig in, like, a local wrestling group.
Oh, for sure.
Fucking shitty boots, shitty truck.
That was a pretty good pie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also high, so anything pretty much tastes good, including ass. Hey, still listening?
You should see the look our mom made when she heard that.
She shuddered. I literally went...
That's nasty.
Yikes.
Oh, and then he makes sure he squeezes her cheek and's like, make sure you save me a piece of pie. And then, clearly someone...
I'll come by the diner later.
We'll skip ahead, though, but clearly, trying to stop domestic violence and abuse, she brings, like, 2 whole pies home for him later on. And when he hears the door open, of course, he stuffs that fucking bar of soap in a sock.
Yeah.
And, like, runs at her like Jay and Silent Bob style. And, like, then it just blacks out because they can't show that on network TV then.
Yeah, well, nobody wanted to see that.
Well, no,
anyway.
no one needed to see that, but yeah.
But yeah, I hate that guy, and he gets he gets it. We'll just leave it at that. I won't spoil anything.
No, Nick's already spoiled. He's like, well, something's
Spoiler
going to happen
alert.
to him now. He goes through puberty.
He gets super AIDS.
Super AIDS.
Yeah. Anyway, they do say the line, "They got a cherry pie there that'll kill you," when he's talking about the lamplighter in on Albert's ride up. Because Albert, he talks to on the phone, which is another FBI agent, played by Miguel Ferrer, who I believe shows up in the next episode.
Yes, I did watch that one.
And he's one of my favorite characters in the whole show, so we'll talk about him next week, though.
Yep.
And then we got another classic interchange of lines and just Pete Martell being fucking hilarious. When, they show up, Sheriff Truman and Dale Cooper show up to Josie's and the Packards to interview them or whatever, ask them about some shit, and I can't even remember exactly what it is now.
Bummer, I guess.
Pete goes to get them coffee or whatever, and then they're drinking the coffee, and he comes back, and the very classic. Yeah, but he says, "Fellas, don't drink that coffee. You'd never guess there was a fish in the percolator."
And he's he doesn't have the shaky genitals like you would expect, but he should. It'd look cooler.
Yeah, he's amazing. Pete Martell is one of my favorite characters, too. He's just hilarious and eccentric and weird, so that line is just hilarious. And then you can see them clearly, they've already drank some of it, but they were just like choking it down or whatever. It's just hard to watch. You're like, fish coffee.
Yeah. And there's that. More of the same.
Yeah, I killed me.
That's twisted.
Gotta add a laugh track to myself. Garland, Briggs, and Bobby at dinner. It's a very interesting discussion, and you get to see how Garland Briggs talks.
Yes.
Because he talks, you have to pay attention to what this guy is saying, because he's so deep into human emotions and relations, but not necessarily talking the way other people do.
No, he's got
just
a great,
fascinating character.
They have a great dialogue there where he's like truly trying to help Bobby.
Yeah. He says, "I respect your rebellious nature, Robert."
Yeah, but he's basically saying like, but you got to do it so you're not going to ruin your future, which is...
He's trying to tell him not to be too rebellious and that, like, yeah, I get what you're doing and I get everything, believe me, but you're going to come around and you're going to be fine.
And then you don't know what to make of it when he puts a cigarette in his mouth, Bobby does, and then he slaps it out of him.
He says,
so you're like,
I am a tolerant man, but my patience has its limits.
Somehow it gets stuck in the mom's
meatloaf or whatever.
Yeah. And so you're wondering, like, does he beat this kid all the time, or is he just beating him because he's being disrespectful at his dinner table?
I'm guessing the latter, but
I'm hoping the latter because Garland Briggs is another character I really like. So
well, he's intelligent on there, so I don't think an intelligent person would use violence as a last resort.
Yeah,
just based on the way he's presenting himself and the whole conversation, the dialogue he had before that. But
at some point in the series, someone asks him, "What do you fear most in life?" And he says, "The possibility that love is not enough." So, yeah, I don't think he's just going around beating the shit out of Bobby all the time.
Yeah.
But, it's also fictional and made up, so technically he never beat the shit out of him. Hey. Oh. When Harry and Truman are at the diner,
mm-hmm.
And he introduces Cooper to Norma, who owns the diner or whatever, operates it. And then the log lady's sitting there, and he's like, "Can I ask her about her log?"
Many have.
Exactly.
And then she comes up and presents the opportunity to say, you can ask the log. And they both just look at her like she's nutty.
The log saw something that night.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
I felt like Cooper would have asked, just because he knew that's what he needed to do to get it.
And then I wonder...
You'll get there. She's an important character. She's great.
Did
one
the
of my
makers
favorites again.
of Ren and Stimpy see this and then create the log in there? Because anytime I saw the log lady, I just think the Ren and Stimpy log
Wasn't that like a
commercial.
Twin
a Christmas
Peaks
toy or
changed
something?
television. There's so many references to things of it in other stuff. It's crazy. So probably, to be honest.
Log.
Exactly. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Then it goes to James and Donna. James having dinner with Donna's parents, which is just... I don't care about this plot. I don't care about James. I don't really care about this Donna either, to be honest. Boring.
No, when it gets interesting, though, is when...
But I will tell you that Donna's mother is Zoe Deschanel's
mother. Real
Woman. And her husband, Caleb Deschanel, directed episodes of Twin Peaks. So, there you go. I actually didn't look up who directed this one. Look that up for me, Nick.
But then...
then follow to their Wikipedia and tell me what they've directed, because I've looked this up and I...
The other
Twin Peaks
interesting
has great
piece, though, is
people.
when Donna goes and sees Laura's mom, and then Laura's mom starts losing her shit.
Yeah, and she thinks she's her, and she like starts hugging her.
Yeah, she
and shit.
starts seeing her, and then she sees the flash of Bob and just is screaming like a fucking psychopath.
Another one of the infamous images of Bob at the end of the bed or whatever it looks like, basically like looking through the bars. That's creepy as hell.
Was that at the end of the bed, or was that like down around the corner in the living room?
I'm just saying it looks like it's at the end of a bed, because it looks like the end of the bars on a bed or something that he's doing.
Yeah. It was directed by Duane Dunham.
What else did that guy do?
Shit. We did something Bill and Ted in the editorial department. He directed 2 episodes of Star Wars Clone Wars. Some episodes of Jag, Seventh Heaven, Little Giants. 3 episodes of Twin Peaks. He directed Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey. That's the only movie.
That's the other thing I was thinking. He directed Homeward Bound.
That's the only like
amazing
quote unquote big thing he's done. But he was a...
But that's fascinating to know that the guy who directed Homeward Bound directed this episode of Twin Peaks. It's fucking nuts.
He edited Return of the Jedi.
Well, it's like talking animals, so that's not too far removed from this.
Yeah, no, it's it's just really cool to look at some of the directors' history who have been on Twin Peaks. So I did already, but I just couldn't remember. I meant to take notes of that, but I didn't. So it ends the episode with Jacoby listening to a tape Laura made on February 23rd. The last night before she died.
He edited 18 episodes of the newer episodes of Twin Peaks.
That's all of them. He was the editor for them
For all
all,
of them.
yeah. That's the other thing I was thinking of.
He edited 2 episodes of the old seasons.
He's more famous as an editor, I think, but definitely got his hand in directing too, so. That was the second episode of Twin Peaks. Unless you guys got anything notes, that's pretty much how the episode ends, though, as Jacoby listening to that tape, and then it's revealed he has a coconut. He opens the coconut, and he has a half of a golden heart, too. And it's not clear whether that's, like, the half that Laura had, or the half, or if it's another, like a third, or, like, what's going on there.
Which episode was it where they show someone digging up the heart that...
Oh, that could have been Jacoby, then, yeah.
Was that the second episode or the third episode?
We haven't covered the third, so...
Well, I know, but I watched the third
I don't remember,
episode,
to be honest.
so-
They all blend together to me since I've watched them so many times, so I had to literally take notes just so
At some
I
point
could
in the
only
first
talk
3
about what's in this
episodes,
one, but
someone digs up the hearts that one
I think
kid
that's in the first
buried.
one, actually.
Yeah, I
Was it
thought that was the end of the
So it
first
must have been
episode, yeah.
Jacoby then.
It could be, but I don't think it was on the same...
Yeah, I guess that could be a misdirect.
It was on a different string, and I can't remember if they even... They do revisit some of that later, but I don't remember to what depth, so...
So if you're looking at this episode for the lore's sake of Twin Peaks and not just some of the character development that we're getting in this one, the biggest thing to take note of is the appearance of Bob again. So just kind of be thinking about that as we go into future episodes.
Mm-hmm.
That's something there that's really just ominous and
do you know what Bob is now?
The guy that was kneeling in the living room and the mom got all hysterical.
You'll understand more
That's
about
who was
what's
in the
going on
mirror.
there.
Was that who was in the mirror in the first episode?
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
You'll
The man in
understand
the
more
mirror.
about him as stuff goes on, but you know that this show is supernatural to some degree and stuff. Well, very supernatural, so.
But we'll get more into that.
But it's not like as open and clear as stuff like X-Files. It's more confusing and Lynchian, so it is what it is. We'll get there.
Are you going to talk about Leprechaun 2 with us, Mom?
That's the one you watched.
I'm getting tired.
Well, we can shift gears and go there.
Let us move on. What is this? This is
so bad it's still fucking awful.
I'm looking for it. There it goes.
This movie is so bad. 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 It's still pretty fucking awful.
So, Leprechaun 2.
All right.
Back for more.
We got somebody who's getting sleepy over here. What did you think of Leprechaun 2?
Getting sleepy.
Did you like it?
You're going to like the way
Or did you
Leprechaun
love
2 is. I guarantee it.
It was stupid.
Well, of course they're stupid.
I like the Leprechaun, though. He's an asshole.
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up. No.
The movie's stupid and the Leprechaun's an asshole. I like it. They should put that on the fucking box art. I'm going to put that on our episode art. I'm telling you that.
Oh, man, that is gold. You should do a mock-up of just the Leprechaun 2 poster and change the tagline to, this movie's stupid, but the Leprechaun's a fucking asshole.
Yes. What was the strangest shit in this that you liked? She's not used to being asked questions on the spot.
Well, you know what bugged me is how this one fucked with the lore. Like, is this supposed to be a different Leprechaun than the other one?
Yes, because in the first movie he's 600 years old, and this one he's 2,000 years old.
And also, this one basically negates and skips over what would have happened because he wouldn't be in that tree still or whatever, right? Yeah, it's just kind of one of those weird things. I assume it has to be a different Leprechaun, and they all are him, basically.
But horror movies kind of have those continuity issues, too. So.
Yeah, but this is a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie starts out 1,000 years ago
Like,
in
believe
Ireland.
me, Friday the 13th is convoluted, but you can make some sense of
Its
it.
continuity isn't that bad.
That's what I'm saying. You can make some sense of it.
And he's automatically nicer in this movie. He's way nicer in this movie because even though he's got the slave at the beginning when he's traveled back in time,
he's in love now. So
yeah, but he's nice to the slave guy, and then he's like, "Oh, okay," and the guy's like, "Yeah, I agree to it," and then he's like, "Oh, I got to get married," and then he's like, "Yeah, and I'm going to marry your daughter."
Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
Losers always whine about their best.
Oh, man. Here's a couple notes for you. The director of this one is Rodman Flender. He also directed Idle Hands, which we covered.
Really?
And he directed the Conan O'Brien documentary, Conan O'Brien Can't Stop, about Conan O'Brien on his legally prohibited from being funny on television tour.
Oh, I watched that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
We've got lots of connections in this movie, too.
6% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What do they know?
So 6% of people found this movie enjoyable. And we watched it on purpose.
I need to get that.
I'm sorry, Mom. That's an hour and a half of your life you'll
clip
never
from
get back.
Independence Day where she says, "Yeah, and I'm one of them."
So, let's talk the Ghostbusters connection real quick. Since we're a Ghostbusters-focused podcast, the coffee shop owner that's taunting the Leprechaun and fucking mocking him is actually the... I think he's the venue manager in Answer the Call, so he's the one that calls him out.
Yes.
He's like, I just got the really high-pitched scream, so if they were wondering why he seemed vaguely familiar...
Michael McDonald, is that his name? Michael McDonald, that's not it. Shit.
No.
That's a singer dude. Holy shit. No, his name is something McDonald or something like that. But he's...
Old McDonald? No.
He's Stewart from Mad TV. He was on Mad TV for a long time. He's lots of stuff. He's a very famous guy. But it's just, he's very young in this... And he's doing his thing. It works. It is one of the better scenes in the movie to watch because it's fucking hilarious. He's giving the Leprechaun shit. He's just like, "Get out of here, you fucking drunk little bitch! Like, give me your money. Pay for your drinks."
Is fucking full on wasted, and then the Leprechaun is like gets drunk and angry about it, and he's like, "You want my gold? You want my gold? I'm going to get you." And then fucking murders him.
Speaking of, we always have to do this when we talk about these types of people. So I apologize in advance if this is gonna gross anyone out or offend anyone, but do you think, now remember what the Leprechaun's face and hands look like?
Mm-hmm.
Does it stand to reason that skin looks like that all over his whole body?
He's
and
going
does,
there,
and
ladies
does that
and gentlemen.
stand to reason that
Yes,
the
it
Leprechaun's
does look
penis
like that, all
look
over his
like
whole
that?
body, yes.
So his penis looks
Yes.
like that.
You don't want to see him naked.
Or do you?
You just don't.
Yeah, how sick are you? You might be into that.
We always have to talk about fucked up genitalia on this movie.
There's women that like
especially
really hairy
on this
men, so they
podcast.
might be into that.
You caught the Twin Peaks connection too, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Instantly. Kimmy Robertson.
Married
Lucy.
to Clint Howard in the movie.
I think, actually, according to the credits, it's his girlfriend.
Oh,
But
yes, it does say girl. Okay.
Yeah. But Kimmy Robertson, Lucy, I love her. What else? She's in something else too, right?
Don't tell mom the babysitter's dead.
Mm-hmm.
But I really obviously like her from Twin Peaks, and it's funny because we talked Twin Peaks just a moment ago. You were there. You've seen. You heard. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And Clint Howard is the great value version of a Howard family member. He's
fucking squeaking all over.
I know,
here.
man. But I guess
His voice
one thing he's
cracks all
got
the
going for him
goddamn
is Bryce Dallas Howard's his niece. So
I don't know if he has that going for him or not.
Pretty nice.
I think it'd be better if he wasn't.
Yeah, probably, but still.
So.
Mommy posting.
Exactly. The leprechaun definitely has a gold fetish.
Oh, yes. It's purely a fetish.
It's sexual to him. He doesn't want the money. He doesn't want to spend it. He is like a dragon that wants to sit on top of it and rub his dick in it. Which, by the way, looks like the rest of his skin, so you can picture that now. God damn, what do his balls look like stretched out, you know? Put a flashlight under there. Stretch them out over it. See what that shadow puppets shine, man.
That's beautiful. That sounds
Whoever
like
thought of doing that?
Whoever thought of putting a flashlight to their nutsack?
Yes.
Probably the same person that thought, I was like, oh, I can see through my hand part
Is that
of
a
it.
guy thing?
I actually just thought of it only because...
Well, how many girls do you know that have nutsacks?
There's a YouTuber.
Well, a few.
There's a YouTuber.
I mean, in this day and age, there's probably a lot, but...
We were talking about NFTs earlier this week, which is a big thing right now. The Nian Cat was sold, and that's what made it news to everybody else. But it's basically digital artwork, crypto artwork. Google it. If we're not going to explain the whole thing, we're not going to have a big discussion about it. I don't even remember why I brought it up at this point. Why did I? Oh, because a YouTuber named iDubbbz is selling one, and it's a picture of his nuts stretched over a flashlight. His scrotum. So yeah, that's out there, and he's probably going to get like a couple grand for taking a picture of his nuts like that. And I just want to say, if you have interest in pictures like this of my nutsack, just let us know in the YouTube comments or our Facebook. Just say, hey, I want that flashlight ballsack picture.
Yeah, DM at Ectoviolence on Instagram.
I will give you my PayPal.
He'll get it worked out.
We will make it happen.
Just put it on your OnlyFans.
And actually, if you want to see him light up the wall and do a finger puppet or a shadow puppet show, he can hold a flashlight in his butthole.
There is an HBO show I watched one time about penis puppetry.
Was that a real sex episode?
I don't know, but it was a guy on stage standing there naked, and he was stretching his ding dong, but he also like pinched it, so like the head went down.
Was it like
and this is funny. This is relevant. This is relevant
Okay.
because he made it look like the Loch Ness monster.
Everything connects today.
Yes. It's a multiverse of madness.
So that's why my penis is named Nessie.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you were on an HBO special.
I do have the note written down here that just reads uncomfortable. And I don't know if that's in reference to right now, this moment I'm living, or something that happened in the movie that I don't remember.
Or no, but they do have RC Cola in the refrigerator,
Yes.
so that's a good shout out.
Yeah, that girl's fridge is full of it.
Bridget and Cody. Cody is like the fucking worst version of TS from
Oh,
Mallrats that you will ever see. Looks like him, talks like him, but it's like if he was just boring and had brain cancer.
What a wiener.
Basically.
So you remember when he's like trying to turn her on, and he like licks her, and then spits all fucking over her face.
Oh yeah, that looks so raunchy.
Like it literally
looked like a money shot.
No, it looked pre-money shot. So for sure, it looked like he was. Well, it looked like he was about to flay a man. He was about to give him a trouser-friendly kiss. And that's pretty fucked up. It was fucked up and gross and nasty. What, did anyone else get a half a chub? Or was...
That's probably just you.
Also, they bully the shit out of the leprechaun in this movie. I like
They do.
that.
It's funny.
It fucking rules.
And he speaks basically in just rhymes.
Remember when they're at their bar and they're drinking with the leprechaun?
Yeah, they're making fun of him.
He's trying to outdrink him and shit. And the leprechaun's like fucking like 10 bottles laying around him and shit.
Yeah, it starts chugging bottles instead of just taking shots. Like, no wonder you lose.
He's not nearly even as menacing in this because, like, it's St. Patrick's Day and they're all out celebrating and partying at the bar and they're like, he's here. And they look down at the bar and the leprechaun's just fucking drinking and, like, looking at him like he's going to start some shit with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then clearly he does, and then he just teleports over to that side of the room. Yeah. Oh, but the face, the fan in the face, that was pretty cool. That was a good kill.
With the stunt boobs.
Leprechaun kill of the week. Yeah, the stunt boobs.
Stunt boobs are hilarious. They are very tan. Almost like... They're very tan. I like the way the boobs are when they're tan. They're orange. They should look like oranges, including the little sun-kissed sticker on them.
And if you offered up your boobs for that, then do you later say in 20 years, "Ooh, those are my boobs"?
Well, yeah. Why the fuck wouldn't you?
Imagine if your kids watch that movie, though.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm in this movie.
Yeah, or
then you remember, oh, shit, it's my boobs, though. And they're like, where are you at, Mom? And you're like,
no, what you really got to worry about is when your kids' friends finds out about that, and they're like, I've seen your boobs. And everyone wants to spend the night at your house, and you can't figure out why, and then you realize, fuck.
And then she starts at OnlyFans.
I mean, it's damn near what the lady that played Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat's done.
Really?
No, but she's posting a lot on Instagram now since she found a bunch of photos of her, and she's still in shape from the video game.
That's sick. That's sick that people would objectify her like that. On what Instagram page is that, though? That they did that to her?
That's her own page.
Oh, what's the address of the page, though? What is that? God, that's terrible.
Know. Yeah.
I should have that. Yeah, the sets in this movie are garbage. But
oh my god,
Leprechaun is hilarious.
The little tree house under the roots, it's like...
Looks like it's made from gunny sacks.
Exactly. It looks like fucking like satchels and like potato sacks.
Burlap on the walls.
And some of it just looks like grocery store paper bags.
Yeah, cheap, shitty paper mache and stuff, too.
Like,
you're like, how did Ernest Scared Stupid have better fucking set design than this movie? Riddle me that, Batman.
How did it be? How is that Citizen Kane compared to this? This fucking movie. Ugh.
The budget is double of the first movie, though.
Yeah, because they shot in LA and they had to pay to fucking be on site and pay for permits. The other movie shot in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Oh, man.
And then wrought iron killing the leprechaun? Like, what the fuck? Keeps burning himself, and then they capture him in a safe, and then he gets backstabbed by his buddy. That's fun.
Yeah, and like the 4-leaf clover not really being a thing?
No, they don't even mention it at all.
There's no 4-leaf clovers in LA.
Plants can be grown anywhere.
It's not true.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh.
Son, your ego is writing checks your body can't cash.
Oh, let's not talk. We can't. How are we forgetting the go-kart scene? Like where he's got this spruced up go-kart that has like the closest thing to a 4-leaf. Closest thing to a 4-leaf clover that's mentioned on there is they have a no 4-leaf clover sign painted on the front of this little fucking go-kart that he drives around in.
Yeah.
Which is a step up from the little toy car and tricycle he rode around in the first movie.
Yeah, that logo's hilarious.
And is that just not the tropiest shit you can do? Like, oh, we've got a little person, let's make him ride around in a miniature vehicle. It'll be funny. They did that twice in the first movie, and they did it in this one. You're like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck's wrong with you? You can't call me insensitive. I didn't fucking make this movie. And he agreed to do it.
Yeah, well, they also have a plethora of... What's the right word? Do they say little people? Is that offensive? I don't know.
That's what they're called, little people.
Little people is the non-offensive term.
Good. That's what I'm trying to be.
Unless they've changed it.
But they have a bunch of them in there.
Yep.
And they're dressed as leprechauns doing fucked up shit. Like that one guy. What's he's
Tony Cox.
Yeah, he's very famous. He's been on lots of
Did you know
stuff.
that he's the Beetlejuice preacher?
Yes, I did.
I did not know that until just now.
I learned it yesterday when I looked it up. But
Yeah, that's badass.
He worked a lot before this too.
Mm-hmm. He's in Me, Myself, and Irene as
Yeah.
the whale blubbercock.
That
You
he
probably
talks
recognize
about.
him from Bad Santa.
Yeah, those two movies definitely.
Yeah.
But he's probably any movie that's had a lot of little people in them. He's been in them.
Oh yeah, he was in Return of the Jedi. I think.
He was in both Ewoks movies. I think.
Yeah.
And was he not? So let me go back to the Leprechaun. Was he? He was not bald in the first Leprechaun movie, right? He had a full set of hair. Because in this one, his hat comes off, and
Who?
he's got like this bald spot. The Leprechaun himself.
Oh, we weren't talking about the Leprechaun. The other
I
guy
know,
was in
that's-
Return of the Jedi as well.
I know.
Did they show him without a hat in the first one? I can't remember.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think his
think
hat
so.
got knocked off
Oh,
once,
maybe.
and I thought he had.
Yeah, I was
full
thinking
set
that
of
when
hair.
his hat came out. I was like,
why is he bald
was
now?
he bald?
So in case you're wondering what a scrotum looks like, it probably looks like that bald spot on his head.
I don't know.
I mean, they made it all wrinkled like the rest of them.
I imagine his penis looks the same as one of his fingers, but without the nail.
Probably.
Or it might have a nail.
And you know, there's no way he was circumcised, unless he
be.
cut it off with his fingernail in accident.
It does have sharp nails.
Some animals' penises do have hooks on them, so they hook into the vagina.
Like
so they,
cats?
I don't know.
I think cats, yeah.
I don't know if it's the same kind of hook.
That's why if you hear cats fucking, it's like the female. The female's like. That was pretty good.
Our cats did it under the kitchen table one time when my grandparents were there eating with us.
That's awesome.
During dinner?
Yes.
That's amazing.
That was a good time.
Anybody want a little extra dressing? We have one more segment to get to today, but it won't be very long. It's just mostly a cautionary reaction tale. So,
A tailor's worst nightmare.
exactly. Let me see here. We're going to bring back a segment we haven't done in quite a while. We're going to try to do some of more of these. If you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to also see what we're seeing. But if you're on the audio feed, you'll just have to make do with us describing horrific imagery to you.
I mean, are all your friends Satanists?
A young Frenchman photographed this flying saucer, or is it? From a
Do you believe in UFOs, astral projections, mental telepathy, ESP, clairvoyance, spirit photography?
We're discussing Satanism and the occult this morning and some of the dangers.
Telekinetic movement, full trance mediums, the Loch Ness Monster, and the theory of Atlantis.
For the purposes of this study, we will focus on the number 666.
Tonight on Six Ed World.
Six Sad World. Been a while, hasn't it?
Oh, yes, it has.
So we're going to be watching some videos today on a YouTube account, as well as a website that's apparently been around.
Advised.
I mean, maybe they should have that as a warning, but they don't. On the these guys on YouTube, you can look them up, called Suit Busters.
Those guys on TV.
Exactly. This was made knowledge to me by the H3 podcast. But I figured since we are a Ghostbusters-centric podcast and they're Suit Busters and we like fucked up shit, we should talk about this.
Okay.
So,
when are we shooting yours?
We'll switch to this view here. I have a couple different ones I'm going to show you real quick.
Okay.
We're going to start here. Nick, you want to position yourself maybe a little bit so you can see these.
I watched a little bit of these.
This one is
a little
called
bit of 2 or 3 episodes.
Blue Gunge Pool, Part 1. And I have them muted.
Part
they
1.
They have music in there that sounds like weird product demonstration videos or something. So, as you can see, this guy is doing his thing here.
He's dressed up, he's in a suit, and then he's also in a kiddie pool.
Yeah.
Another man with a suit comes in, and this guy's got an orange tie. He's folding it, caressing it gently. Looking for perfection.
Saying, isn't this a nice suit? Wouldn't you just love to put this suit on and get slimed?
This guy gets blue slime on him and opens his mouth to get some on his lower lip.
Oh, it's dripping all over the suit, onto the tie, onto his crotch, onto the floor. He's in a little, like, a room that's covered in a tarp. This really reminds me of something from American Psycho here.
What country are these people from?
I don't even want to know. Germany, it says right there, which makes sense because
they probably poop on each other.
No, they definitely, if you go to their actual website, suitbusters.com, I believe, or .org or something, they definitely have videos of them pissing in their suits.
Yeah, I think you showed me one of those the other day.
So anyway,
Anyway, so this guy's getting dumped on him, and the viscosity of this looks like it's from the green slime from like you can't do that on television.
Right? No, that's what I was thinking. Like this is a funny one to start with because it looks like slime, and they're called
blue.
Suit Busters.
It's blue. It looks like he's met the new Muncher ghost from Ghostbusters Afterlife. He got slimed by him, except it was his friend dumping a bucket on his head.
Here's another. This guy.
This man is dressed in a nice suit. He's rolling down in...
Is that manure?
I hate manure!
He's rolling around in mud, getting his shoes dirty, getting his pants dirty.
Yeah. Look at him grinding that suit in there. You can see his ass cheeks.
I mean...
Look at the look on his face as he looks back at you. He's like, I'm swimming in the mud.
He's so turned on.
I am the man of mud.
His hairline's receding like the
He
Germans
looks like he
at the
just
end of
finished
World War
playing
II.
a set at Woodstock 99.
Yes. Or if you're a Kansas City local, it looks like anyone that ever went to Rockfest. I've not, but I've seen the photos.
He's got it on his beard now too.
Yeah, he's just rolling around in mud like a pig.
So there's
a bunch of other men behind him too doing this as well, and he just stuck his whole face in it.
It's just bizarre fetish shit, and it just continues to get weirder. As I said before, you can find these guys pissing in these suits on their other websites.
Yeah, so we've gone from slime to mud. Now what's next?
This one's called Summer Party.
Summer Party, Part 2.
Summer Party had me a blast. Pissed in my suit and had my friend piss on me while I was in a suit.
He's got the German flag in the background, of course.
He's getting sprayed with a hose, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to spray the outline of his junk probably and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, he just hoses him down.
Who are you going to call? Somebody else.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Spraying his ass. Like...
I get a feeling that these people have something that went haywire in their brain, much the same way that something went...
Look at that. He just grabbed it and like flicked his junk around. You could see movement.
What's the raunchiest one they have on YouTube?
I don't know. I didn't search. They've been uploading like
You said since the
for
90s.
9 years on YouTube. So
They've been doing it since
Yeah, if you go to their
91.
website, it says busting suits or whatever, or dirtying up suits, some dirty shit since 1991.
Yeah, it's like a whole fetish thing. The Germans are really fucked up, though, in some degree. And not to say that all Germans are, but
They do seem to have some weird
they're known for their weird fetish. And I guess you can't say they're known for... I mean, they've culturally embraced the fact that they have fetishes. So, I mean, I guess, why kink shame somebody? But it's fascinating to watch, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I don't really get it. Some of them. The poo-poo and the pee-pee are... okay,
yeah,
whatever.
off limits for me.
I'm good.
Yeah. If you ever change a dirty diaper, you're like, that's about all I ever care to get anywhere near any of that.
Yeah. Well,
that was a fun show.
That has been a good time, for sure. It's nice talking both of the Leprechaun movies. It's quite hilarious.
Those are classics.
Twin Peaks, that pie was delicious. I hope you enjoyed listening to me eat it. Make sure to subscribe and like if you are on the YouTube. And if you haven't already, head over there anyway and check us out in video form.
Leave some comments.
Yeah. Rate us on iTunes. Leave a review there. The only person that has written us a review on there is Nathan Bartocci. So we love
Thanks,
you.
Nathan. We appreciate you. Looks like he had a fun time at Nintendo.
We'll see you guys next week.
Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers. These are my dinner guests. Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers. These are my dinner guests. The Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers. These are my dinner guests. Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers. These are my dinner guests. The Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers. These are my dinner guests.
Shut this off. Shut these all off.